Hola, bonjour, hey y'all, and welcome to my channel. My name is Chele Thebeauteebelle, and thanks for stopping by. So today we're going to be doing a get ready with me, and we'll be using two palettes from the Crayon case, the Watch Me Blush palette and the matte book. So if you're interested in seeing which look I come up with using these palettes, just stick around and enjoy.
All right, y'all, so I'm going into the matte book using the Coastal Scents brush, the blending brush that I use, and the description of the brushes will be in the description box. That's the BRCN06 blending brush. So I'm going to go into the bottom row of that matte book palette in the fourth like brownish color there. But first, before I do that, I need to conceal. So I'm using my Photo Finish, I think, by Ardell, to set down my use it as a primer. So I'm using that concealer as a primer. I'm using my Morphe M335 per usual to blend out my concealer. I'm doing the same thing to both eyes, trying to get into that. So then I'm going into my favorite setting translucent powder, Bitter Not Better by Beauty Bakery, and I'm using that setting brush. I use that to set it down, and I'm going back now to start blending in my transition shade, and that is the fourth color, the fourth brown color on the last row of the matte book palette. They don't have names. So then I'm going into the third color to kind of give it a little bit of depth to see if it'll deepen a little bit. With the first transition shade, I had kind of a little problem. It was like a little chalky, but when I added a little bit more and blended in, it worked out. So now I'm going into the second row, third color. It's like a purplish color. I'm trying to give a little bit more depth, and you'll see here I'm just adding that in with the brush. As I stated before, the brush description will be in the box down below. They'll usually be the same brushes. If I add new brushes, I'll let you know. So now I'm going into the Watch Me Blush palette, and I'm going into Berries. I'm trying to help out that purple color that I used to make it darker underneath my transition shade, and that's really helping it. This palette is very pigmented, so that's a good thing. Y'all know I'm having a one time for the one time, and now I have my Jam brush and concealer. Cut the crease now. So I'm using the ColourPop Deep Dark 48 to cut my crease, and my favorite brush from BH Cosmetics. So I'm just going through and getting that done. It takes time. So right here I went into each one of the palettes orange color. The orange color from the matte book is on the third row, and it's the fourth orange color. It doesn't have a name. And in the Watch Me Blush palette, it's a shimmery orange, and it's called Orange, I believe. So I was rotating between those two colors on my eyelid in the crease, just to get like a more bold color and get a good payoff of color. And I was really happy with the payoff the color payoff that I got. Look, it's really pretty. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just continuing to layer the orange on until I'm happy with the payoff. So what I'm doing here is just making the crease, the berries color a little bit darker, and marrying them together on the side with the gradient effect, and still in my zone, giving it one time for the one time. All right, and this is the ColourPop All-Star Matte Blur Primer, and also I'm using my Sigma F80 Kabuki brush, and the NYX, yeah, sorry y'all, I had a brain freeze, NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation in the color Sienna. Now with this foundation, it does it's a matte foundation, and it goes on a little, it looks like the complexion is off, but it's not off. It oxidizes. And so I'm using the color Fawn and LA Pro Conceal, and I did a little thing for y'all with the hearts. I hope y'all like it. Now I'm going to wet my beauty blender, Real Techniques beauty blender, with Mario Badescu lavender chamomile and aloe spray, so that helps move the concealer around. All right, so I'm just blending that in and patting, not smearing, not wiping, just blending that in. And now I'm going to use the True Blend in the color Bronze. It's a bronzer setting powder, and that's mixed with Sacha Buttercup. I did a little mixture to because I like both of the formulas together. It kind of gives like a shimmer, so I'm just setting that now. I'm telling y'all, I be in a zone when I'm baking. But this is my Anastasia contour palette, and I'm using the third color to contour, y'all. Trying to get this contour down packed. So I'll let you preview a little bit of that and see how I do. A, 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 A. And boom, Real Techniques 200, Real Techniques 200. I'm gonna use that blending brush or facial brush to blend out that contour. That's gonna help me a little bit. Y'all excuse me, that's the fire truck in the background, or the police car. Somebody's going to save somebody. Blending this out and blending out the contour to get it a little, take away those harsh lines. And I'm still blending that, y'all, still working on it. The brush I'm using now is ColourPop E7 for my nose contour, and then I'm using a Kerstel facial brush that I bought from TJ Maxx a good little while ago to wipe away the setting powder. Now the Real Techniques 400 and the Q120 Ebony Bronze bronzer. I'm using that all over my face, and I'm going into the palette. I want to say I was in the Watch Me Blush palette, and I got the color Tangerine. So that other color that I said was orange, the name was orange, it is actually Tangerine in the Watch Me Blush palette. So I'm putting that on my lower eye to bring a pop of color down there, and it's really pretty. It's coming out really pretty. I think the next time I'll just put some primer down there to make it pop a little bit more, and I like it. And now I'm highlighting my brow bone, and I use Cappuccino for that. That is in the Watch Me Blush palette as well, and I'm doing both of my brow bones with that color. Those are great highlight colors as well. and I'm doing the inner corner with Cappuccina also, just to give a little pop of color in the inner corners of my eye. And yeah, y'all, that's how it's looking. Got a little shimmer. So now I'm using my Y11 for highlights, and I'm using the highlight color, well, the eyeshadow color Sweet Tea out of Watch Me Blush. I use that a lot to highlight because it's a very pretty and pigmented color. So I'm just going over the highlighted areas that I highlighted with concealer. I am putting a little bit of the Sweet Tea color. Now I'm using my NYX lipstick color. It's called Ace, and it's the suede matte lipstick. And I'm just placing it on my lips. This is the first time I've used this color. It's a really dope color. I like the color, and I think I'm gonna try to find a look or some colors to go with that for another look, because I really like it. And it's not sticky or anything like that. It goes on smooth. It feels really soft. Now I'm going to put in the center of my lips a Stila All Day Liquid Lipstick in the color Viola. And that's just to bring a little bit of purple to the color. Kind of mix it together to get a little cute color. The glimpse of my finished eyes and the highlight. And now I'm setting my face with Morphe, and that's it, y'all.
All right, guys, this is the finished look. Thank you so much for sticking around and vibing with me. I hope you like it. I hope you enjoyed. So if you please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and also turn on your notification bell so you'll be notified each time that I put out content. And see you later.